Our top story, President Biden is sticking to his August 31st Afghanistan withdrawal deadline despite people like me pressuring him to stay for web traffic.
Senator Lindsey Graham took a break from defending Christian virtue while printing stacks of NDAs to say this about the president.
He should be impeached. This is dereliction of duty by the commander-in-chief. This makes it harder to fight future wars.
Yes, who will protect our vulnerable future wars?
I don't even want to think about a world map not completely covered in red arrows.
The withdrawal brings us to our new segment called How Dare We? Brought to you by Lockheed Martin. Tomorrow's dead are alive today. How dare we put the arms of American troops above America's arms dealers?
Yeah, apparently Biden's Build Back Better slogan applies to everything but Raytheon's third quarter profit yield.
Future wars will be harder to fight if weapons manufacturers know they'll be abandoned after a measly 2-decade profit surge.
These people are leaving Afghanistan with no casket to show for it.
Touré, the 20th anniversary of 9/11 is coming up, so how about a commemorative war in Iran?
That sounds like a fantastically terrible idea, Sarah. I don't want to be permanent occupiers of these countries, be it Afghanistan or Iraq or wherever. How many American lives have to be lost before we finally leave and let the Taliban take over?
It's all so upsetting. The only way I can calm down is watching the Kabul evacuation in reverse.
Now, in other news, following the FDA's full approval of the Pfizer vaccine, corporations are now requiring employees to be fully vaccinated so America can continue its crucial mission of globe-spanning vulture capitalism. Goldman Sachs told employees on Tuesday that it will require anyone who enters the bank's U.S. offices to be fully vaccinated, making it the most prominent Wall Street bank to issue such a broad requirement. Once again, our nation's mega corporations are saving the day, so step aside, lawmakers who are supposed to be the ones doing that.
Touré, does Goldman's vaccine mandate put an unfair burden on finance bros who don't feel safe putting anything besides cocaine and sushi served on naked women inside their bodies?
I don't even know how to answer that question.
With words,
the main point to me is that we see the private market stepping up and saying we're going to do what we have to do to keep our people and others safe. And isn't that what the right has always said? The private market will lead us? Well, they're doing that. So what's the problem?
I admit, the vaccine is crucial for Goldman's staff. Until now, the only way they've avoided COVID is by outrunning it in their speedboats.
All those Occupy Wall Street hippies seem to be awfully quiet now that Wall Street is doing one single good thing.
You know, I think Goldman ought to go even further. Make your employees sign agreements that if they refuse vaccination and die of COVID, they donate their corpse to the body toss portion of the rooftop office party.
Oh, so fun.
I think we're already a corporatocracy, you guys. I think the notion that the voters actually control what happens in this country is absurd.
Touré's saying things you're not supposed to say out loud. This is TV, okay?
Moving on, Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia just got a high-profile Republican challenger. Trump-backed football star Herschel Walker risked a rupture to his loosey-goosey brainstem to throw his hat in the ring.
Which brings us to our recurring segment, Let's Meet the Candidate, Herschel Walker edition. Herschel Walker is the Heisman Trophy winner who first got his coconut creamed at the University of Georgia, and his brain has the degenerative bruises to prove it.
Is he married? You can bet he said, "I do like holding a gun to her head a handful of times," to a beautiful woman who went on to divorce him.
He eats only one meal per day, which consists solely of salad and bread, and he does 3,500 push-ups and 2,000 sit-ups every day, and only sleeps 3 hours a night. But I'm sure you could cherry-pick multiple habits from anyone's life to make them sound wildly unstable.
Now, Touré, before you declare your support for Herschel, does him only registering to vote in Georgia last week concern you enough to negate all of those excellent qualifications?
Sarah, Herschel Walker was an extraordinary football player. I remember watching him at the University of Georgia.
He doesn't remember.
He was a fantastic football player. And that's where the prime part of his contribution to society lies.
If Walker wins his primary, it could establish Trump's status as the party kingmaker of kings who don't come within a mile of winning their throne in the general.
Now, Touré, your new biography of Prince called Nothing Compares to You is available now. Give me one good reason why I should read this book instead of taking whatever pills I find in the medicine cabinet and listening to Malcolm Gladwell's latest freshman dorm catnip at 1.5 times speed.
Well, Malcolm Gladwell's an extraordinary author,
Good
but
save.
what I've done is try to take Prince's entire life, talk to people who were close to him for many years, and give you a vision of why he became super successful. Spoiler, partly because he wanted to take revenge against his parents, and talk about how he became one of the greatest and most important musicians of our time, and why his life sort of fell apart largely because of a drug addiction that starts because he wants to just continue being out there with the fans and needing to be on the road because the fans became his real family.
Now, I gotta say, any title of a book that hints at non-transactional relationships is completely mystifying to me. But everyone should buy this book now on Amazon only, no local bookstores.